Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. I put forth the names of the Heavenly Father, whose name in Hebrew is Yahweh, and his beloved Son's name is Yahushai, and to the Ha Rakakwadash, which is Ha meaning the, Rakah meaning spirit, holy or Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit, pursuant to Matthew chapter 28 verse 19. I may just read that, but y'all should know it. Go out to all the nations, meaning Israelites scattered among all the nations, and teach in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And these Christian apologists and so forth, they refer to that as the Great Commission. The Great Commission is really Matthew chapter 10. And the reason why they refer to that as the Great Commission, because they're saying, the Christian community is saying that when the Lord came on the scene, he came for Israel, but he extended it to the other nations. Those other nations are Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. That's the terminology that we use. Anyway, and me calling on the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, that doesn't mean that we're playing with the Most High. We're doing what the law says. The law speaks about calling on the Most High. The Shemai in Deuteronomy 6 verse 4. That's part of the law. According to the law, you have to call on the name of the Most High. So anyway, I'm going to entitle this video Zombie Activity. Now, we know that we're in the fulfillment of one of my favorite prophecies, by the way. Ezekiel chapter 37. In a nutshell, it reads, and I got to go through that. I may do that today at the speaking, but go into the NLT or the BBE, which is the Bible in Basic English, just to see what it says. I may even do it now. I may even read some of it, but that's one of my favorite prophetic scriptures. I mean, all of them are, but that's one of the top ones, because that's talking about the state and condition that we're in. We're in this awakening state of rising from the dead. So Ezekiel saw this valley, which represented America, and he saw bones coming out of the ground, and they, it was like if you see somebody die and the bones, the skin falls off and all that, worms eat it, and then what you have left is a body. It's almost like you're taking a film and you're playing it backwards. So the bones stand up, the sinews, the veins, the blood, the covering, which is the skin, the eyes, the mouth, the ears, the nose, the hair, and then clothes are put on the bones, and they come back to life. They come back to life. So when you see these Israelite camps and you come across these videos on YouTube of different Israelites, and that question is, and it reached everybody. Isaiah chapter 13 talks about shake the hands, lift ye up the voice, that ye may go into the gates of the noble. We're in the gates of the noble. They know about us. Donald J. Trump knows about us. The administration before him, they know about us. So we have reached the gates of the noble. We reached the ears of the nobles, the elite, the leadership, and the super elite. They know the scriptures. They have. There's a reason why these Edomites set up theological seminaries and the Roman Catholicism and Christianity as a whole, and the many denominations, is to deceive the people. And now, Israelism, as vocab puts it, we're a threat to their Christianity, because 90 plus percent, I'm just throwing the percent out there, 90, and I'll say 99% of the people, damn near 100, that are part of these camps were former Christians. They were raised up in a Christian household, whether it be Baptist or Roman Catholic, Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness. Oh, Ricard was raised up, his parents were Jehovah's Witnesses. So he can tell you about the Jehovah's Witness church, because as a child he had to go to the meetings, the gatherings, and so forth. But Ezekiel 37, that's a beautiful prophecy, and it's clearly talking about, if your spiritual eyes are open, it's clearly referring to the Israelites raising from that mental state and coming to the realization that they're Israelites. Now, on the flip side to that, you got a lot of false teachers out there. We highly believe that Bishop Nathaniel is a false teacher, and we say that he took the bag because he's got a lot of money he can jet set. And the reason why we say that, and they get mad at the fact that we always talking about him, Deacon Eighth. Why you keep talking? The reason why we keep talking about y'all, because you keep going off. Ain't no way in the hell if I joined the One West and they were teaching one thing for 10 years, then all of a sudden they changed this and they changed that, and this doesn't mean this, and we used to teach it that way, but we don't know the name of them. I said, no, I'm not with this. These niggas done sold the fuck out. Which they did. One West sold the hell out. And the blame goes to High Priest Ariah and High Priest Shaw, because they allowed that madness to go on. They allowed that madness to go on, man. That shit wouldn't have happened if the original men was back there. That bullshit wouldn't have happened. Ain't no way in the hell this guy, Tazadaki, was just gonna move up in the ranks and just start slowly changing everything to a Roman Catholic doctrine. Anyway, let me go ahead and read this. The word zombie comes from Haitian, and I am going to read Ezekiel 37 in the NLT. I'll not read the whole thing, but I'll see where it goes. Cause something's on my mind, and Ezekiel chapter 37 is on my mind, heavy on my mind. The word zombie come from Haitian folklore, and the Levites are wicked as hell. They're the priests that administer to the people. They're the go-between between the Israelites and the Most High. So they're highly spiritual. There's a spiritual connection between the Levites, the tribe of Levi, and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. So the flip side is that they're still highly spiritual. They're still highly spiritual, but on the left-hand side. That's why they're the poorest. That place is dirt poor, man. It's chaos down there. It's chaos at this particular point. I spoke to certain individuals that were born and raised in Haiti, that guys my age that would tell me things like there's people that can actually fly. They can take the head off of one person, put on retransplant it to another person. Zombies, they can raise up dead people and so forth. It says so they're in league with the spiritual demon Satan. The word zombie comes from the Haitian folklore, and the West African word, I don't know if the N is silent, zombie or N zombie, meaning the West Africans, Nigeria, Ghana, the Bantu people, just to name some prominent ones, Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone, the people of Senegal. Did I mention all of them? There was more. But, South Africa, the Zulus, which are Israelites. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Shaka Zulu is a great Israelite in a Gentile state of mind. The backstory to the Zulus, they were from northwest Africa. They were part of the Bantu people. You got the Benin, the Bantu people, and they migrated south of Africa. Because the only part of, when you go back to Genesis chapter 10, the only part of Africa that was inhabited was really the northern part, upper northern part of Africa. The southern part, and you know what? You know how many United States you can fit in Africa? They make Africa look kind of about almost the same size as maybe South America, but that's not the case. That's a lot of land. There's more countries in Africa than any other. I'm not country, but continent. There's more countries in the continent of Africa than any place else. There's 54. There's 54. What I believe is 54 countries in Africa. When you go to the UN, they pan around. You're going to see African nations. That makes up approximately 25 to 30% of the nations that are members of the UN. Look it up. It said the word zombie comes from the Haitian folklore, and a West African word, zombie. Why did the Levites or the Haitians use the word zombie? Because they're West African. They say that the Lambda people are supposed to be the Haitians descended from the Lambda people, which also is Africa, West Africa, which means God or spirit of a dead person origin. The word zombie come from the Haitian Creole word zombie, and the Haitian French word zombie. It was first recorded in English in 1819. In modern popular culture, zombies are commonly found in horror genre works or horror movies. The term comes from Haitian folklore, in which a zombie is a dead body reanimated through various methods, most commonly magical practices in religion like voodoo. And in Africa, they call it voodoo. Let me do this. What is the real meaning of zombie? A willless, meaning they don't have no mind. They just follow the zombie master. And speechless human, as in voodoo belief and in fictional stories, held to have died and been supernaturally reanimated. I'm just looking. There's the Britannia, Encyclopedia Britannica, Britannica. Another important distinction made by some is that a zombie is the animated corpse of a single being, usually a human. Zombies are frequently, you got to click on that to get the rest of the story. Spirit of dead wicked men and women that torment the living, the sense of reanimated, see origins, Merriam-Webster. If I don't go to bed early, I'll be a zombie tomorrow. His studies usually sat there in the classroom like zombie. I don't like that. So the origins of zombie, the word zombie goes back to West Africa. Okay. So now, let's come over here. All right, this guy's a zombie master. Okay. Now I want you to look. I'm gonna pause it, and I just want you to. He's gonna pan around. He's gonna give them. They got like a Hebrew Thanksgiving dinner, and they got all kind of pork and all kind of unclean food that's unlawful. Like I said, when you go back to the One West, the split, and then the ICGJC, the people, when Comfy became the head of the Comforter, the God sent Comforter, I don't know how they believe that bullshit, and he would do a pan around, and all those people were zombies. A lot of them are gone. Some of them are dead. Some of them are back in the world. But a lot of them, when he said it was a comforter, they accepted it. Them guys that eventually got the backbone to break off, they were around. They were, yeah, no, he is the comforter. He is the comforter. See, this truth is only for the elect. The only ones that's gonna get it are the elect. So I got it on pause. I got it on mute. So he's panning around to the people. And look and see how zombified these people are. These are just people in the hood. He gave them a story. He's probably set up by the government. And most of you out there are zombies. Most of you out there are, dimwits. So let's let it go. They got that zombie look. He's ready to say, Most High in Christ bless. They got the t-shirt on. He got long hair. She got long hair. They look like they're in a daze. She's wearing pants. They got that. They're ready to take orders. Look at that. The hand goes up. Look at this. They got the law. They're all out of order. They look like zombies, man. They look like they're nervous. They're scared to say something. That's one of the voices. She's sitting there with a smile on her face. She got the apron on, so I believe she's wearing pants. She cooked the food. Maybe that's his wife. I don't know. And she's consciously cooking pork. And this demon, and he likes to throw shots at us. When I say us, the other Israelites. Then this guy's wearing a hat. And this guy goes to, what do you call that, the kidneys, dialysis. And when you go, and that's usually from diabetes, you got to get dialysis three days out of the week to make your kidneys function. And the first thing doctors nowadays tell you, you got to stay away from this food. You got to cut down on the sugar. You got to cut down on the salt. And they'll tell you, a lot of them will tell you don't eat pork. If not for a biblical reason, because it has too much salt in it. You know? So, anyway, you can watch the rest of this. And he likes to throw this stuff in our faces. And he's got followers. And none of these people are of the elect. These are people in the hood. And like I said, I believe he's set up by the government. Okay, I'm not going to make this. It says Wendy Williams completely incapacitated. Yeah, she's gone. She's ready to go. She's ready to go to the spiritual realm. I'm going to watch that later. So, got to watch this 174-year-old book, The Sinfulness of American Slavery, Amos 9 and 8. So I gotta watch this. So, okay, let me do this here. I got some precepts. What I did was I made it easy on myself. I put in "led away from truth." A handful of scriptures came up. And this is in the ESV. I think this ESV stands for English Standard Version, if I'm not mistaken. For the time, 2 Timothy 4, verse 3 to 4, for the time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching. But having itching ears, they will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions. Well, see, if I can eat pork, I'll join the camp if they allow me to kill. I love me some pork. Oh, this guy allows us to eat pork. I'm going to join him. Passions, and will turn away from listening to the truth and wander off into myths. 2 Peter 2, verse 1 to 3. But false prophets also arose among the people. And, you have some Israelites. Well, IUIC said this years ago, that all the camps should stay in their lane. Meaning if you claim to be a prophet, and you're out there teaching, there's another group that's teaching things that are different. Maybe they're teaching Edomites can make it, or there's an actual hell that you burn in. And our attitude is, well, we're going to stay in our lane. We're not going to say something. But what about if somebody says he's looking to join one of the Israelite camps and he has a question for us? Is hell real? We got to say, no, hell is the grave. So he might say, oh, well, the IUIC is saying that hell is real. So now we got to talk about the IUIC. Now we got to say, well, they didn't teach that 5 years ago. And then you can go into the scriptures to show them that there's no spiritual hell. That's why we believe that Nate sold out. Through the years, he done changed up a lot of things, man. And it started when he called a meeting where he said we're gonna all agree not to use the name of Yahweh and Yahushai, but he still throws it up there here and there. So if anybody's playing with the name of the Most High and His Son, it's him. Just as there will be false teachers among you, meaning today. I'm trying to think of... But IUIC seems to stick out. But wait a minute, you guys don't ever get on the ISUPK. ISUPK don't really be going off. There's a few things that they go off on, but they teach pretty much the same thing that the GMS teach. And when Captain Zariak, when he like he had the debate with God Logic, he was pulling out precepts, the same precepts that we would pull out, damn near in the same order. The ISUPK ain't teaching that there's a hell and you can burn in hell forever. The ISUPK never said, "Oh, we're gonna stop using the name Yahweh and Yahushua and we're gonna call on Christ." What else? I don't know about their thing, marrying a woman, you know, a man meeting a woman in the school and getting with her. You got to be in the. I don't know all the full details. Oh, another thing that they go off on the ISUBK is, for example, the MOTB. So we got on it. We used to back in the day. We used to get on. That was big. We were going back and forth with IUIC and ISUPK. We were putting up back videos back to back about the MOTB. But and it doesn't seem it. Bishop Nate always brings up Revelation 13 and 16, right? Then he'll go into a bunch of scriptures that don't link up at all with Revelation 13 and 16. Because I believe certain people are probably window shopping, you know, who will secretly bring in destructive heresies. Hell is a Roman Catholic doctrine, and it's a destructive heresy, even denying the master who brought them, bringing upon themselves swift destruction, and many will follow their what? Sensuality. Now, I believe the word there is pernicious, and because of them, the way of truth is blaspheme. When they say Most High and Christ bless, you're disrespecting the name of the Lord because you're calling on Christ, but there's no Christ up there in the heavens. And in their greed, they will exploit you with false words, lead you astray, led astray. Their condemnation from long ago is not idle, and their destruction is not asleep, meaning destruction is coming for y'all. If the blind lead the blind, they shall what? Both fall into a ditch. Matthew 24 and 11. And many false prophets will arise and lead many astray. And that's what's happening. The main prophecy that we push is the MOTB, is the micro C-hip. But you got some, not all of them, you got some of them that say, oh, it's talking about something else. So you can take it. You're going to be all right. And then if they still teach that when it's actually made mandatory for the whole world to take in the oikoumenic sense, they're going to ask, and if the leader says, go ahead and take it, there's nothing wrong with it, they're going to actually take it because they're going to listen to this guy, this false prophet. And you're appointed to be with this false prophet. Remember, the Most High set up these false prophets as stumbling blocks. Because the Most High doesn't want everybody to come into the full 100% truth. 1 John 4 verse 1. Right, what does it say in the King James? It said, try the spirit, whether they be of the Most High. It said, try the spirit. A guy comes up with something new, you've been in this thing for 10 years, you better go back and study it for yourself. It says, try the spirit, whether they be of the Most High. Colossians 2 and 8. See to it that no one takes you captive by their philosophies, and empty deceit, according to human tradition. Right, their fear toward me are taught by the precept of men. Oh, brother, if you got a woman and she ain't in the truth like you in the truth, she got 6 months to a year to get straight, and if she don't get straight, everything's good for the year. The last day come up, baby, what you gonna do? You Israelite? No, I'm not. I'm a Baptist. Okay, I gotta leave you. And you done broke up a family. And the woman's gonna eventually get mad and move on and get another man. So guess what? The man that left the woman caused that woman to commit adultery. According to, and broke up families, man. Do you know how it affects children that don't have a father in the house? According to the elemental spirit of the world, and not according to the Messiah. I'm not going to read all of these. This is one of my favorites. Remember reading the ESV. I am astonished that you are so quickly deserting him who called you in the grace of Yahushua and are turning to a different gospel. And that's what happened with the ICGJC. They completely changed the gospel, but they did it piecemeal, step by step. Not that there is another one, meaning they're using the same scriptures, but but there are some who trouble you and want to distort the gospel. See, they're using the same book, but they distort it of the Messiah. And because you're not in the spirit of the church of Berea, you're not going to double check them. You're just going to, okay, he said it, then it must be true. Yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is the beast in Revelation, in the book of Revelation. Okay, yeah, and you'll defend it. No, that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The beast, the dragon is red, and the Rudolph's nose is red, so that's the beast. If somebody honestly taught it, like this guy, this guy right here, they'll believe it. But even if we or an angel from heaven should preach to, because we don't listen to the angels. One thing High Priest Ariah, he was praying to angels, man. So High Priest Ariah was going off. Putting in the prayer, Maya Allah and all that. Asking for money, and that money destroyed the school. Matthew 7 verse 15, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. Give me a second here. Right, I wasn't sure whether it was 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy's. 2 Timothy's 3 verse 6. Let me open it up. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such would turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden or covered with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Ever learning, these women are ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. See, the old One West became a whorehouse because they allowed women in there. Yes, sisters, young sisters coming there with mini skirts on, with fringes on it. Nobody would say something. I would be the guy that says, "Sister, you gotta go home." This is another reason why school was broken up. The leadership wasn't doing their job. They did the best that they could. Everything got to be the scriptures. The Apostle Paul said, "Let it be everything be done decency and in order." And One West was not 100% in order, although the truth came out of there. There was a point in time where I wasn't even coming around that much. I was mostly in Connecticut. You know? I mean, I came when I had to come, but I said it's too much, it's, you know, things are too out of order, man. You know, when I first came in, I remember people used to come in on the street to the different classes, and it was like church to them. They would go, and they wouldn't even bring a Bible. They had to supply them with a Bible. They couldn't go out and buy a Bible, so the school had plenty of Bibles, and they'll pass it out. And they would go, and then they would go home, and that's it. And people wasn't going out on the highways. The only ones that was going out on the highways and the byways was the top men. And it was when I came in, and Barack came in. He came in before me. You had Shalimar, then you had Johanna came in, and then you had Ariala. You had certain men come in, and we were the ones that kind of pushed them to, let's go out hard, because they wasn't going out hard. There was a point where they were weak. They wasn't going out hard. And the Spirit jumped on me to set up multiple camps. I said, why we got all these guys? Because I remember you had a bunch of men. This is before I came in. I used to see him as a kid. You might have had 50 dudes in one camp fighting over time. So I, told Harry, I said, look, why don't we just this is a bunch of guys. Why don't you just break this camp up? On Saturdays we used to go on 34th Street, and on Sundays we used to go to like 44th Street in front of the 1515 building. So I told Aria, we used to talk on the side, and I told Aria, I said, Aria, why don't we break this camp up and have a 44th camp and a 34th camp on the Saturdays, and maybe on the Sundays we'll have just the one camp. And then that led, the Spirit jumped on me, myself, and the high priest, he's in the spiritual realm, Ariala. We went to Brooklyn. We opened up, it was me and Lahab that opened up. The first two people that opened up the Brooklyn camp, I believe that was Hoyt, and I know Hoyt was it was the main hub down there. And it was us two speaking, because it was small at that time. And that thing got built up. That was called the Brooklyn camp, which became, I believe, the Sons of Thunder. And then me and Ariala, we went up to the Bronx. And now the IUIC speaks, that's on 149th Street and 3rd Avenue at the train station. I know exactly where that is. They speak down, that's where we were speaking. That's where we had a camp, just the two of us. Then we went up to Fordham Road. And then we went out to Queens. We were going all over to Brooklyn, different parts of Brooklyn, man. And because like I said, the 7 at that time they were kind of weak. They were kind of getting up in age. That spirit wasn't in them. Then the spirit got, rekindled with the young men. Like I said, Barack was one of them. General Yohana was one of them. Ariala was one of them. So, we are in the leadership of these various camps right now. So, you know what I'm going to do? Let me go to Ezekiel 37. I'm going to do it in the NLT. I don't know if I ever read it in the NLT. I don't want to read the whole thing, but let's see where the Spirit takes me. So this is Ezekiel 37 in the NLT, a valley of dry bones. Yahweh took hold of me, and I was carried away by the Spirit of Yahweh to a valley filled with bones. That valley is America. Because the great deliverance is in America. You got Bishop Nate, well, I got to go to Papua New Guinea and I got to go to Africa. Ain't nothing, trust me, ain't nothing panning out with those camps that you set up in them different countries. The main focus is here in America, because guess what? These people in Africa and around the world outside the United States, they're not going to get hit with the missiles. So the focus is supposed to be here in America. It says, and not read Luke chapter 10. The field is ready for harvest. That the field is America. He led me all around among the bones that covered the valley floor. They were scattered. They were scattered. They were scattered. That's for you, vocab. when Christopher Columbus came over here, did he find any Israelites? Did he find any small hats? No, he found the natives of that land, which were Israelites. They were scattered into lands that there were no inhabitants. So if it says in Deuteronomy 28:64 that it speaks about, in the 64th verse, it speaks about us being gathered throughout the whole planet, then where were the small hats in America, in Canada, in Central and South America? They wasn't here. The only people that were here were the indigenous people. So it only makes sense that these have to be Israelites, because the Most High said we're going to be scattered throughout the whole planet. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this. Let me read this second verse again. He led me all around among the bones that covered the valley floor. They were scattered everywhere across the ground. What ground? The ground of the United States, and were completely dried up. So let me look up the word scattered. He calls the passage about behold, very many on the surface of the valley, and lo, they were very dry. Okay, it doesn't tell you. You know what I got to do? Let me go to the KJV. And he caused me to pass through the bones round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and they were dry. Okay, so that the scattered is not here. So let me come on back. Let me do this. Bear me from these. Scattered. KJV. And this is all right, Old and New Testament. Scattered is mentioned 71 times in 69 verses. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Exodus 5 verse 12. So the people were scattered abroad throughout all the land of Egypt to gather stubble instead of straw. That was the Israelites. Okay, let me see something here. Deuteronomy 30 verse 3, that in the King James, that when Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity, Baruch, Baruch 2:30 on down should come to mind. I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people in the land of their captivity. They shall what? Remember themselves. The land of their captivities or captivity shall they remember themselves. So what is that to fulfill? Baruch 2 is a fulfillment of what? Of what's going on right now. Because in previous captivities, we knew who we were. Roman captivity, we knew who we were. Egyptians, we knew who we were. Babylonians, we knew who we were. The Assyrians, we knew who we were. That then Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. And we're in that time now, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither Yahweh thy power have scattered thee. Jeremiah 50 verse 17, Israel is a scattered sheep. The lions have driven him away. That's the power of this man. First, the king of Assyria have devoured him. And last, this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, have broken his bones. So they're going to have to go, they're going to have to be punished. Assyria going to have to be punished. Babylon's going to have to be punished. The people of Babylon. Beautiful. Ezekiel 11:16. Therefore say, thus saith Yahweh, although I have cast them far off from among the heathen, far off among the heathen, among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, the landmasses, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come. Little sanctuary. They were scattered. So Israelites are literally all over the place. If the population, world population, is almost 9 billion, we got to represent about 4 billion. So now let me come on back. Okay, this is the NLT, right? He led me, second verse, he led me all around among the bones that covered the valley floor, America. They were scattered everywhere across the ground and were completely dried up. Then he asked me, son of man, can these bones become living people again? Who's he talking about, vocab? He talking about the church. No, it's talking about Israelites. Because in the King James, it says, let me see if it's in the, yep. So you can know that the dry bones is only referring to the Israelites, the 11th verse, or the 10th and 11th verse. So I spoke the message that commanded me, and breathing came into the bodies. They all came to life and stood on their feet, a great army. Then he said to me, son of man, these bones represent the people of Israel. And them small had to read and say, see, we back in the land fulfilling this prophecy. You're not the people. Although some of you are actual Israelites. So you got to teach them that. He said some of you are actually Israelites, even the white ones. Because that is the truth. We remember we mingled ourselves. What's this guy? If I can find a video. Let me see if I can find this video. Let me show y'all something. There's a rapper that he's like the Biggie. He looked like Biggie. Nassim, whatever his name is. He's a Orthodox J, and he's married to actual Small Hat. Let me see if I can find a video. It was put up yesterday, early yesterday, so I got to do some. I get a lot of notifications, man. Bear with me for a minute, please. And a lot of you Israelite groups, you'll see somebody that looks like an Edomite. Oh, you an Edomite. He might be a Jake. Come on, man. Come on. See, I hate this. I'll find it in due time. You know what? If I can't find it this way, I'll find it another way. But I'll find it. Most I will. Getting warmer. That's Satan, man. Just bear with me. Damn, let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. You gotta bear with me. Here we go. This is what I wanted. So I was watching this video. GMS contrition is key. GA or GA. Let me see here. Bear with me for a minute. I don't know if he put it up live. Okay, let me do this. Let me go to videos and then I'm gonna go to live. Then I'm gonna go to live. Okay, I got it. This guy is Nassim Black. I believe he's based out of New York, but he became a one of them. Let me bring this up for a minute.
Ordinances as I delivered them to you, but I would have you know that the head of every man is a Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. And who's our head? Yahweh Shai. Okay, but every woman that...
So this is him. You got to watch this video, though.
Period. Not just if you're...
And it's something that the brother, the young elder, didn't speak on. You can look this guy up. He can spit. You know, he's, you know. So let me just I'm gonna mute it. So that's his wife. Now that's his baby, but what does that baby look like? He got the same head as you know, same head, same big head. But look at his, he favors his mother, and he's got straight hair. So when this baby, if he gets an opportunity to grow up, we're not going to go that far. They're going to accept him as a J. And an Israelite group will look at him and say, "You an Edomite," not realizing that that's his father. That's his father. And this guy embraced and she got a bald head, so he married, look at this. What's this guy? Rabbi Schnilson or whatever his name is. He's supposed to be the Messiah. So this guy's messed up in the head. So he married a traditional, that's they call a Jewish woman. She's wearing a scarf over her head because she shaved that. I know this for a fact. She shaved her head bald and she puts a wig on. They only do that when they get married. if they get with a man and get married, they got to shave their head bald and put a wig on. Now I found out by talking to them. I used to work with them and I used to ask them, "Oh, why you do this and why you do that? Why do your women shave her head?" And they'll tell me, "Oh, that goes back to Isaac and Rebecca. Remember when Rebecca took off her veil? That's a tradition of us following Rebecca. You know, when she took her veil off. So what they do is they take their veil off by shaving their head and putting on a fake veil, which is a wig. I'm not snapping. See, you anti? No, I'm telling the truth. I've been around them. And they'll talk to you. You talk to the Hasidim, the Orthodox, they will talk. You have a conversation. They'll tell you things, man. You know, you ask them about why you do this, why do your women do that, we do this for this and we do that for that. They'll tell you, with a smile. But look at this kid right here. That's his son. Cause she's not gonna sleep around because they can get put to death. This guy, he looked like he's a Edomite. He's a devil. He ain't no devil. But look at how dark he is. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. With that, shalom on to the next shalom.